So my name is Mihails Galuška. Uh, I work for If Insurance, which is and my role is a global identity and access management product manager, which in fact means bridging business and IT in everything what relates to the identities of customers or partners, like external identities as we call them. And my story today is about how we bridge it. One specific case of bridging, let's say, with no MCP, no AI involved, nothing. Just a tooling which we used to have for years in place, just applied appropriately for the business. And If Insurance, just given the context, it's the largest insurance company across Nordic and operating also in Baltic countries, also for more than a century now in the business. And what we do, we actually insure different things, different stuff, property and casualty insurance, like different kinds of vehicles, real estate, health-related things of people, of pets, and different other liability things. And we do it for different types of customers. And the majority of our portfolio is private customers, like individuals. But there's a huge part of the portfolio which goes to businesses, different kind of smaller or like larger or even like huge businesses spanning the whole globe, and something in the Baltic. And and of course, in order to grow fast and to distribute and to serve our customers, we rely heavily, that's part of our business strategy as well, to rely heavily on partnering with different types of companies in different areas, like from sales, distribution, marketing, and also on the claims side, when we need to assist to help customers to deal with difficult situations in related where insurance company can help, repairs and medical services. And we try to calculate how many or evaluate how many partner companies could we have. In Nordic, it was estimated around 7,000 to 8,000 partners, but this number is not precise and is not static, of course. And second, or another dimension or aspect of our strategy is that we are striving to be the most caring digital insurance company. So our main service channels are digital. So of course we have some non-digital paths as well, but digital is the first priority, including partner channels as well. So partners also connect and serve our common customers via digital channels primarily. And this is where complications start for the business, because we have a lot of data in our premises, in our perimeter, which we must protect, but we also must share and must make available to our partners to work upon. And we don't trust people coming to If just from the outside. You must provide some evidence who you are and what are you eligible to do here. That's complexity, because at the same time we must be also smooth and nice and competitive, because competition in the partner area is also quite intensive, because being the best for your partner makes you the preferred partner for your partner. So, and therefore we grow together faster. So how do we do it? Because if you can multiply the number of partner companies with the number of people working with If in those companies, that's maybe tens of thousands of people, of user identities, which we somehow need to manage the life cycle of. And of course, the very early and natural traditional way was equipping those users with different kinds of credentials to onboard, and then hopefully one day we know we should offboard those users as well, And that's a tricky part, how to know that exact moment. because they come and go, people which are not part of If, they are outside of our organization. So, and there's no real-time information available to us about that. It's not only like a problem of detecting, but it's a problem of security and accountability about the data which we share, because people keep using their passwords when they leave companies. People share passwords and then those credentials among them. So maybe the original person who has got credentials already left the company many months or even years ago, and the credentials are being used by other people there. And that's a problem. So we are out of control, to be honest, in that situation. And also, when you get a password which protects somebody else's assets, do you care a lot about it? So I'm not sure. So that let's use this sticker with the password on your monitor then. So for that, right? And that's a problem that our business had, and has been struggling with a lot, because what we could do in that situation is making like access reviews at least once a year, hopefully more frequently, like once in 6 months. But that's really labor-intensive work to review all the accesses which we have issued to somebody, so making sure that person still works and the credentials are still relevant for that person in that position. So it's a huge work. And the idea was how to address the problem. The idea was let's try transferring this problem from us to the partner. Let's make it their problem, not our problem. Because they control their users, they know their users, they know their people. Let's make them taking care of this in a smooth and nice way, so it doesn't bring a lot of work to them as well. And I can say that was a game changer. At least the idea itself was absolutely amazing, because fundamentally they will care much more about those users if we use the existing user identities of partner employees, which they use every day in their companies for work, because these accounts protect much more than just our data. This is more relevant to them themselves, like to protect those credentials, those identities, and to ensure like a good life cycle management, security, and everything around those user accounts. Because they are partners, it means we have some degree of trust between two companies. And the question is, can we trust our partners also in how they manage their user identities? That's a question we need to answer. But we also need to fix it technically. We've had the security platform internally for years, and it was a good starting point for the technical setup, because it's the most technical slide I have today. It's the internal identity broker, which has all the national schemas or identity providers connected to it from the bottom, from the outside, so that this platform can feed different business systems and partner-facing applications with national authentication services, so that those applications do not need to establish direct integrations with bank IDs every time they need it. So they just come to Curity, that's internal service with high availability service, well-founded, and run and maintained. And for us, the technical exercise was pretty much simple, because we just need to connect some new identity providers from the bottom, which in this case are not national IDPs or national level IDPs, but rather very business-oriented, specific to particular companies. Like in this case, I'm allowed to share the story around Ziklo Bank, for example, right? So, but as the new partner comes, we connect them from the bottom, and there are some consumers interested in this particular user directory at the top. So, and there is connection, they can make use of those users, technically. For the user, in Ziklow Bank in this case, she logs in into If portal, If service to do stuff around insurance with the same credentials she uses to log into her computer in the morning. It's the same. And even the second time, it's usually SSO sessions, so it's absolutely transparent. Like you just click and we step into their kitchen, so it becomes like a native part of their way of doing things during the day. So If is like one instrument in the toolbox, immediately available, just without any authentication. There is authentication, but without any efforts from the user. In the background, of course, when she connects to If resource, she's immediately redirected to their own entry ID. And we trust it. If she succeeded with authentication, we get this response, along with some additional information, because we need to make some authorization decisions as well. It's not enough to know she could authenticate. We should also know what kind of hat does she wear at that moment. That's information about some security group membership from Entry ID as well. And if we get the positive response from Entry ID, we allow her to access our resources and do stuff for our shared customers. The negative scenario is also there, of course, if she, for some reason, is not capable or not able to authenticate, blocked, or forgotten, or no credentials, or whatever, left company, left this maybe group, a security group in Entry ID, we immediately know this. So no means no for us as well. And can you imagine now how much different our risk exposure is to leak the data comparing to a situation where we do access reviews once in 6 months at the best, right? So it means that for 6 months the user could be using credentials which he is not eligible to use anymore. So we can detect it in 6 months maybe, or 12. In this case, this time shrinks to 0. It's just at the very same moment. We just block. So that's the most important, I would say, like security benefit we're getting here. And but also not doing access reviews or doing them in a much lower scale is huge operational gain we get. But that was the end of not the end of the story, but the actual situation. But how we got there, it was also like it was not the easy way, because for business this story sounds quite complicated technically. So now we need to to go to every partner and ask them to do some heavy development, like make their developers work and then invest heavily in these integrations, and that's not the way to do. We can't believe it. And we struggled about 2 years maybe to persuade the business that it wasn't that complicated. Then we decided to run the experiment. We took one person, it's me, who is not developer. I have never earned a single euro as a developer in my life. So, but I can configure things, like can understand where to click and what field, what information the field should contain. And I also, in my off work time, I run also like sports club, which has its own Entry ID setup, small one, like non-profit for non-profits. And we decided to try it out. So, okay, if I was a partner, an Entry ID like administrator, can I configure it? What does it take from me? And my colleagues, they made very basic like instruction for me to follow with screenshots, like click here, type here, pum 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 pum. And I did a video recording of the screen while following the instruction and making voiceover what I was doing there. So to click, okay, now I'm doing this. It took 17 minutes for me to finalize the configuration and also test it, so making sure it worked in the test environment, of course. So, and we use this video to show our business. That's not a problem. The real problem, the real difficulty is lays in a different dimension. It's about trust, because federation, it is about trust. Can we trust the partner? Finding out if we can trust, because the weakest point will be in the chain is the weakest points in the, like, if they are bad in security practices, we are bad as well. Our data is exposed. We need to find out every time we start contracting with partners. And this is the longest job in every single federation to do. And it's one part is finding out, another part is also aligning and guiding, and also maybe bringing this level higher or making sure it's good enough for us. And also legally, contractually, we need to sign a paper, of course, but we also need to explain and to transfer the risks which we are not controlling, so which are on the partner side to control. We need to transfer those legally as well, so in the contract. So, but we don't want them just to sign paper. We want them to understand what we are doing. That's the trickiest part here. But business accepted it and they like it, and they just themselves run around and like sell these federations. Now they like it. There are about like 50 partners already joining, so we started recently. And also the next improvement was not to create a separate page for every partner for authentication. We just created one single sign-on window. You might have experienced it in different services. Of course, you type the email, and we automatically detect which company you're coming from, so which federation link should be triggered now. So for the partner, for the teams who consume this federation on our side, it's pretty easy. Just redirect to that page. We'll make it work. And it's triple win. I would say it's easy, nice, smooth experience for everybody, like low efforts operationally. But the biggest business benefit, I would say, and I can finalize my story here, is that as a partner, when you try it, you never want to go back. And that's the biggest business win here, because for us, in a positive manner, we lock our partners on us. So, and then we make them want to continue with us, right? That's a competition game here, by using technologies which are already in place here, right? That's it. Thank you.